For the first time in over 7 years, I logged on to Newcastle United's club website this morning. I signed in, bought myself a Sunderland away ticket. Third round of the FA Cup, the time we are Derby, or in this case, the We Are Tyne Derby, as we head to the Stadium of Light. 6,000 Newcastle United fans. It's been reported that we would get 6,000 tickets, but we're actually getting to the real side of how many tickets Newcastle fans actually get. We're getting through all the ID checks on the buses. We've got so much to get into. The amount of news that's came out about this derby, I had to make a separate video just talking about it. We have a banner that Sunderland fans had made in preparation for the derby about Newcastle United's Saudi Arabia ownership, turned down by Sunderland. It's been rejected. On top of that, I can't believe I'm saying this, but there's actually a mixed fan zone announced for the game, where Newcastle and Sunderland fans can go to the same place together and drink beer. Who was thought of that idea? I wouldn't do that. We've got so much to get into, so let's not mess around here. I tell you everything about the match. In regards to you guys, how can you get tickets, what is going on here, I'm going to tell you everything about this fixture. There's so much to get into, there's so much meat on the bone, so let's actually dig in and get through it all. But if you guys are new around here and you like what you're watching, make sure you get down and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the Time We Are Derby vlog. We are heading down to London tomorrow, and I'm staying across for the Chelsea and the Luton Town game, so a few days away. Stay tuned for both of those matches as well. Big game tomorrow. We had to get through to the semi-final, and I think at that point, Newcastle, we've got something to work towards, so let's make sure we beat Chelsea tomorrow. But without further ado, let's get through everything regarding Sunderland versus Newcastle United. Let's get through the tickets first. So how many tickets Newcastle fans actually have for the derby? Now, a lot of fans are quite upset on social media this morning because they went on the club website and found out that we don't have 6,000 tickets. Now, this has always been a case for every single away match. Newcastle will take a set amount of tickets out of that allocation. So it's believed in this case that 28% of tickets are not available to buy. And now some fans have neglected, there's two main reasons for this. A lot of fans have neglected the second one, but the first and obvious one is that Newcastle have tickets that go to corporate. So what is corporate? Where do corporate tickets go? So it goes towards corporate hospitality, so that's anyone in the box at St James's Park, you get to go into a ballot. It goes towards sponsorships for the likes of Funny, Seller, Saudi, any sponsor of the club. Newcastle give them tickets as, I guess, a thank you for being a sponsor of the club. It goes towards players' families, and it goes towards staff members of the club as well. So that's a set amount of tickets straight away to come off. Now, secondly, it also goes towards a ballot. So this is brand new this season, but season ticket holders who don't have the loyalty points for the game can go into a ballot. Now, a lot of people have neglected the second part about the ballot. So it's believed 1,600, 1,700 tickets have went into those two sections. I think it'll be split halfway, so I think the ballot will actually get between 700 to 800, which is a lot of tickets. So it's not as bad as people make it out to be, but obviously, again, that's still a decent amount of tickets that are going towards family members and people who, let's be brutally honest, aren't Newcastle fans. They don't know much about Newcastle chance, they don't get involved in the way they do. I think a lot of people can whinge about that. But ultimately, when you're a big club, this is going to happen. So for me, listen, we're doing well to get 6,000 tickets. That's the main part. I will mention a couple more things. If you're going, everyone has to go onto the bus anyway, but you do need your ID, supporters numbers. Everything's going to be checked properly, so you can't just go onto a bus. You have to go in there with all the identification stuff, or probably your season ticket, or just something like that to prove that it's your ticket. And finally, if you see any tickets on reselling pages, so for example, already £2,000 it's been reported for a Newcastle United ticket on a reselling page, because how strict this game is because of the ID checks, you got no chance. Do not buy any third-party tickets if you're going to go anywhere. You're never going to get in, especially how strict this game is. You need IDs, you need season tickets, you need everything. It is so complicated. So don't fall into that trap if you're desperate to go to the game that you spend thousands of pounds on the away ticket, because honestly, for this fixture especially, it's just not going to work. Just don't try it at all. As for the Sunderland fans, it actually got announced by the Spirit of 37, which is Sunderland's equivalent of war flags, that they had a Newcastle United anti-ownership banner planned for the game. So the original plans was, I'll show you a picture of the actual banner that was going to be displayed at the Stadium of Light. It's a Sports Direct mockery where it's expressing Sunderland fans' thoughts of not liking the Saudi Arabia side of things. Now, first off, what the hell does this have to do with Sports Direct? Mike actually isn't a part of the football club anymore. He has no affiliation to Newcastle United, so why is there a Sports Direct banner? Doesn't make any sense. And secondly, it actually was a club statement by the Spirit of 37 as well. So this is a reported fan-funded flag display where the ownership has donated 10 grand. So it's not fan-funded, is it? They reported saying that Sunderland had originally approved this banner. However, the day afterwards, Sunderland then went back to them and said, no, we're not having this. So the Sunderland fans are getting quite upset about that. But, I mean, I don't get it. What is the point? Listen, it's your biggest match in years. Why bother just making about Newcastle ownership? Express the fact that it's about Sunderland. It's the Sunderland fans having a full flag display on. Why make it about us? Have it about yourselves? Like, I didn't get that one at all. And let's be brutally honest, if let's say a Saudi Arabia ownership walked up to Sunderland now and saying we would like to buy a football club, would the Sunderland fans say yes to that? Absolutely bloody how they would say yes. They were such massive hypocrites. My personal opinion on the reason why Sunderland banned that display for the Newcastle game, let's be honest, lad, it's because the banner's shite. That's why they banned it. But yeah, I thought I'd mention it anyway because it's quite an interesting story. Strange, don't understand it. I don't know. I don't understand it at all. It's so weird. I don't know whose cat this is, by the way, but he's class. Good boy. But I wanted to talk about the fan zone that's been announced. There has been a few fan zones announced, which is expected. The time we are Derby, people are looking to make some money or host an event for different sets of supporters, which is fine. This one, however, is definitely the worst I've seen out with the bunch, and it's extremely questionable. And without trying to predict the future, surely the police is going to cancel this one. But it's at Rainton Arena where we'll begin off by talking about the prices. So it's £100 all you can drink from 11 AM onwards. I mean, first off, £100 to watch a game that is literally free on ITV1 is pricey. A 12:45 kick-off as well. So you're going to be drinking beer. In order to kind of make some money from that event, in a fan point of view, you're probably going to have to drink over 15 pints in it. Are you realistically going to do that by yourself in this place for 3 to 4 hours? If you're good, then fair enough, but probably not, especially that early as well. Secondly, and the more dangerous part of this being, is that the fact that, well, this is going to be open for both sets of fans. Who has organised this event, by the way? Are you mad? Have you ever watched The Time We Are Derby before? You're going to honestly have Sunderland and Newcastle fans drinking as much beer as possible in the same bloody building. I kind of wish I didn't have a ticket to the game now. I'll go watch that. I'll be like watching the UFC or something. The amount of fights that's going to take place is mental. You're putting people at serious risk in that game at the event. So surely I can't see this one lasting much longer. I would imagine the police will go in straight away, especially already how strict the game is just for Newcastle fans. Even travelling down, you've got to go on a supporters bus. There's 110 coaches going down to the game. I can imagine for any events not run from the club, especially this one, I can't see them happening. There was actually absolutely no chance that Newcastle and Sunderland fans be allowed to be in the same building, that kind of capacity, especially when there's going to be so much beer being drank as well. It would end in an absolute riot. So no, I can't see that one happening, but I kind of wish now that I could go and see it just to see what would happen, but absolutely not. I can't see that one going any further. But I thought I'd mention that because I don't know who was running these events. I remember going to one at the NX now. I know the NX has a Newcastle one exclusive there. I remember going there for the England game, and obviously I went viral on social media for kicking off. Get the England match on, normal. That was a disaster. So for me, none of these fan zones I'll be attending. Obviously I always go to the games anyway. But it's going to be fascinating to see how these run, especially this one. I can't see it going ahead. So what the update is now, first time I've ever seen a mixed fan zone before, especially for a derby. What a silly idea. I would say those are probably the main things you want to take away from the Time We Are Derby. As for when tickets will sell out, at the time we're recording this, there's 1,500 left on the website. So at 4 PM, the point allocation will drop again. It started off with 45 plus loyalty points. I'll assume it'll probably drop to 35 plus or maybe 40 plus. It depends how slow they want to go down. But I imagine tomorrow it will sell out. I've got a sneaky feeling it'll sell out tomorrow. I was surprised at how many tickets sold straight away. The fact that the club is took out 28% for corporate and the ballot means that people that are just trying to buy tickets normally, it will go down quickly. So we'll see how many people is in the ballot, because I would love to know exactly the figures behind it. I think there definitely does need to be a bit more transparency when it comes towards the two sides of things, how many tickets are going towards a corporate compared to the ballot. I think that's definitely something that we do need to work on in regards to communication. But yeah, looking forward to this game. There'll be a few more videos probably responding to some of the Sunderland fans, because now the Sunderland fans are extremely unhappy with how many Newcastle fans are allowed to go. You should have seen the rants of having in social media. It was hilarious. I might have to make a separate video on that, how funny it actually is. But we do have a few busy days for us. We've got to get through the Chelsea match, we'll get through the reaction, and then the vlog from the game will be on the Wednesday. So Thursday or Friday you'll probably see an additional Sunderland video, and then afterwards we've got the Luton Town game, and finally on Christmas Eve we're getting the train back to Newcastle. So not looking forward to that. I've got a feeling it's going to be hectic and rammed, but I've got to get back home Christmas Eve from the Luton game. So we'll see how things go. Appreciate you guys watching anyway though. Take care. Let me know about the match. Have you got a ticket for the game? Or are you planning on going to the game? Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about everything I mentioned in this video? A few major main topics I want to get into. A mixed fan zone. We've got a Sunderland flag display directed towards Newcastle United ownership, and we also have, well, the ticket situation itself. Do you think the club's taking too many tickets out of the away section? Do you think more fans should be allowed to go? And what is your thoughts on that? Just let me know everything, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow at Stamford Bridge.